When applying for a job, you'll most likely be provided with a detailed job description and person specification, outlining the roles and responsibilities of a job, as well as what they're looking for in a potential candidate. This combined provides you with the criteria you're going to need to demonstrate you're eligible to do the job. As well as this, these can outline what kind of questions you might be asked during an interview and the skills they might be assessing. Specifications are described in two ways: essential and desirable. Essential specifications are the most important. Make sure you prepare multiple examples which show that you meet these requirements. Desirable specifications, on the other hand, are not so vital, but should be expressed as much as possible. If you find yourself lacking a desirable skill, be honest and inform them that you are passionate and willing to learn the relevant ability. They might show you the specifications in a table, like this, which provide a lot of detail, including what the requirement is tested by. This will make it easier for you to prepare examples. If not, they might show the specifications like this. You can identify these specifications from phrases like, "the ideal candidate will have," or "what we want to see from you." This method has less detail, so be sure to look through the rest of the job description to find as many clues as possible to which examples you should prepare. When getting ready for an interview, it's important to predict the questions you might be asked and prepare responses for each of them. You can prepare examples by predicting what questions you will be asked based on the specifications you found in the job description. For example, if in the criteria of a job description an employer is looking for experience working to tight deadlines, you might be able to predict an interview question such as, "Tell us a time when you've worked in a busy environment with conflicting demands. How did you manage this?" To create an answer for the predicted question, remember the techniques to respond from part 2. Use the STAR technique with examples from your academic work and personal experiences. Try creating an example using the STAR structure. Remember, setting, task, action, response. Here are some key tips. It's important that you prepare a range of STAR responses to increase your chances of correctly predicting some questions. In your responses, try to include examples which are transferable. This is so that you can use the same example response to answer a variety of questions, which, overall, should reduce how much you need to memorize. If you use an example once in an interview, try to avoid using it again. For this reason, it's a good idea to prepare a couple of examples for a single skill, in case you get asked two similar questions. Avoid rehearsing a script. You're most likely going to change your STAR responses to fit the exact question being asked, and if you're relying on a script, you'll find it difficult to answer questions you didn't predict perfectly. Be honest with your answers. If you tell fake stories, you're going to find it difficult to respond if the interviewer asks you a follow-up question, like, "Why was that action important?" or "Can you tell us a little bit more about," and so on. Researching the company is key to understanding their values and figuring out what's important to them ahead of an interview. Insight into the company culture, behaviour, and objectives can give you the edge on other candidates. Knowing these values makes it easier to show you're a good fit for the company and their team. Learn about some of their major competitors. Think of the reasons you're applying to this company and not to others. You can use these following resources to learn about the company, such as their website, the company's and other employees' pages on social media. Use LinkedIn to make sure you follow and connect with them and perhaps some employees. Check out news articles to do with the company. And use Glassdoor and Student Room websites will have reviews left by other interviewed students. You might find some clues as to what is asked during an interview and what could be expected of you. Hopefully, following your research, you should be able to prepare some questions of your own for the company. Asking questions is a great way to make your efforts researching the company pay off. It also evidences your interest and enthusiasm for the job. When preparing questions, avoid topics like salary, holidays, or anything described as what they can do for you. If the interviewer starts the discussion of these topics, it's fine to talk about them. However, if they don't, then it's best to save these questions until after they've offered you the job. Some topics you might want to talk about include company culture, management style, and what they expect from their employees. Try these questions. How could I impress you in the first 3 months? Or can you tell me a little bit more about the team I would be working with? Hopefully now you should be able to understand what kind of skills an employer is going to be looking to assess when you head to an interview, and what questions you should have prepared for them. In the next presentation, we'll cover how to ensure you impress the interviewers on the day, and ensure that you come across as professionally as possible.